Oh, well, hello there. You've just joined us in time for a drink. So we talked about some upgrades, changes that were coming to the tavern for the town. I do think we're dropping Margaritaville from the town name, but there's a new table out front, and it's a little hard to see because it's very small. It's in the classic style. And then we went ahead and lowered. Oh, looks like George has showed up for his evening cup. Well, that's convenient because we have lowered the bar down by 2 plates. So it is a brick and 2 plates tall now. And that's just a little more convenient for Sunstra to be able to get over the counter and kind of pour. And I think that looks like a natural counter height. It's a little low maybe, but I think there's a lot of good posability. Speaking of, I did move it forward 1 stud, so it's a little less dining room, a little more behind the bar. So let's pull her out and peek in behind the bar, shall we? So back there we have a couple of cups and another bottle of refreshment sitting in there. If you notice in the upper story, we did move the poster of the Angels sign to the upstairs. I think that's an appropriate move. And it just kind of completes that little room. I'm thinking maybe adding some rummage up there, just to look at like a sack and maybe a barrel. Maybe a chest, I suppose, would be nice for the traveler. Up front, let's go ahead and move some of these figures. This is one of my favorite minifigures, by the way. This is Deadman. He's good friends with Curvos. And so this is the first chair. And it's a damn simple design, but we had to keep it 2 plates so that we could keep the table looking nice and classic. Now the other chair is a little bit different because, as you can see, it's completely round. It is a 2x2 round plate and a 2x2 round plate with the 1 stud. Oops, a little low. There you go. And the reason we had to do that was because I positioned this seat next to the wall, so you can sit someone facing outwards. Let's pan in just a little bit. So you can have someone sitting facing outwards, but if you wanted to put them facing the table, they'd push themselves away. So to accommodate that, we have them. I could use the another 2x2 plate, square on top of there, but having this does allow me to get that good angles that I would like to position them at the table. Now again, I mentioned tables in a kind of classic scale, and classically we didn't get a lot of representation of kind of interiors of buildings, so you kind of have to use your imagination. A 2x2 brick with a piece of windshield on it is a popcorn stand. So this is a table. It's a 2x2 round, a 2x2 round plate, a brick plate, and a regular plate. And I think it looks very nice. I think it actually looks really good when you have one person kind of sitting at it for scale. Now the secret here is that because it's 1 brick, oops, we'll move that out of the way too, 1 brick taller than the chair, their feet don't hang up over at the top of the table, which I think is the only thing that I wanted to really accomplish, because if you went 1 plate lower, their toes are just hanging up just a little too close there. So we went ahead and did that, and I think that's an appropriate look. And when you kind of add all the, ambiance back in, you end up with a very nice looking little table. And I think he's going to have a tight butt. Those tight minifigure butts. Now, the other thing that it's classic when, all my ancient fans out there will agree with me, is when your fingers are just a little too big to position everything. Everything was very, very cramped in the olden days from all the old sets that I had, and then just, rediscovering them as an adult. So inside, a little bit smaller. There's only just enough room to get, I can get 1 finger there and I'm hitting the roof. So it's a little hard to position him a little bit farther back in, but it's doable. Well, it's a little harder than it is, but I had him there positioned once, and of course the whole building is deconstructible because it is Lego, so we can do that at any point. And I think we're darn near close to done with this entire module. The only other thing I might add is perhaps, I was thinking a tree over here, but then that does impede the traffic through the doorway, perhaps. So, yeah, it's a thought. But that is the local tavern inn. Let me know what you guys are feeling about this. Do you like the classic scale table? Should I go smaller, bigger? Again, we don't have a lot of room in that little alleyway kind of thing, but I thought it was a nice use of the space we did have to give us a little bit of seating. We can have a little conversation between two figures. Just a little more, not intimate, because it is outside right by the main entrance and by the window, but more of a secluded, I guess, would be a way to have your seating out here by the lamplight and just, enjoy a couple drinks in the early evening. So that's all we're doing on this one. Yeah, that's it. Automatic video right there. Subscribe on the tavern, and then in the blank space is a video that I will handpick for you. I know we've been doing a lot of these updates, and I know a lot of you are liking it, and if you're not, this is kind of what I want to do. And I think it's okay to do some stuff for me. And hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Oh, hey, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, hit the damn button.